Welcome back. Pretty exciting start to your return to Rochester on Wednesday.
Yeah, right into it. It was a great play from Nads, and yeah, good to get back into it like that. So
Home opener here was kind of weird. You were going to play here, and the next thing you know, you're packing and going to Buffalo. What was that like?
it was a little weird, but I think that's the thing is I say to new guys, it's like things in pro change so fast, so you just have to focus on your game and just continuing to work, and whatever the day calls for you, do that. And so again, it's a little weird sometimes when that stuff happens, but I think I'm kind of used to things and changing now all the time in pro to where whatever it calls for, whatever I'm supposed to be that day, I got to be the best at it.
I know it wasn't your first time getting called up, but I got to think it doesn't get old putting an NHL jersey on.
Never. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter what game it is for me. Even in preseason, like it's such a honor and a privilege to be there and to learn so much while you're up there. So yeah, no, I don't take it for granted any day, and I had a great time up there.
Now that you're back here, though, because we didn't really get a chance to talk to you during preseason, like, what are your thoughts on this year's group?
Yeah, I think it's nice to have a lot of the same core group, a lot of the core guys back, big number of guys returning, which is good, same staff back. So I think there's a lot of familiarity, which is really good, which makes it easier for the new guys to come in and play their game and they fit into our system. And I mean, I think every year is different, so I think we're still like figuring out as the year goes on, like what we're going to be. And we add some guys that have some good grit, and they're hard to play against, and so kind of drags us all into the fight a little bit, which I think is a good thing to have. And again, we're a fast group, we're talented, we play fast, so it's a lot of fun, it's exciting, and you see glimpses here and there of us like getting it together. And I think over the season, just starting to get it together, each game will be really exciting. But I really like the group, and I think we got a lot of potential to be something great.
I think last year you, Warren, and Slaggert for the longest time were together, and it was like a line that could produce but had some grit to it. Mm-hmm. And then you look this year, what are your thoughts on Lecision, Kuntar, and Joshua as a line?
Exactly, that's the thing is you add these guys, and it starts to drag more guys into the fight. Like, I mean, we've already had like 4 or 5 fights this year, and it's not even about the fighting, it's just about the playing, the compete. And when you have guys that do that, you can't help but to compete too. And so it's one of those things when you have those guys, you watch those guys, you're like, I gotta give more now too. And so those guys are great for every team, and the more you have, the more you bring those guys into it. But they're good players as well on top of it, so they help you and they produce and they chip in. So it's a little bit of a different team that we have this year, but I think it's a good thing. And it's a fun style to play where every game's competitive, you're in every game, and it's kind of a dogfight, but that's what the playoffs are like. So it's nice to have that now, so you can kind of teach guys early, like, hey, this is what it's going to be like, this is what it's going to be like to win. And so I think for us, it's a good thing.
This is your second year here, but you've spent all 6 pro years in the North Division. Laval is a very familiar opponent. You actually have more points against them than any other team you've faced in this league, but is there a reason behind that success?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah, maybe it's just a little bit of the bounces have gone my way so far. But yeah, the division's tough, like a lot of good defensive structure, a lot of well-coached teams, and so nothing's really given easy. I found in this division, and it's a hard style of play, which again, it's adding some of those guys helps to kind of push back a little bit, and it teaches our young guys that we have to push back too. We can't just take it. So it's a tough division, but it's good because it helps us grow, I think, as a team and as development standpoint. So yeah, it's a grind, and I'm very familiar with a lot of these teams by now. But I enjoy it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I don't know if it's putting you on the spot or not. The division is tough. Yes, every team plays physical, but this team that you're playing tonight, they won the division last year. They've been a pretty darn good team most of their existence. Is there something unique about Laval that sets them apart from other opponents?
I think, yeah, the last year especially, they were highly skilled, but they were also very structured and very competitive. And so like they had everything, you know, like they were well coached and well structured, and they had the players that could like cause damage if you made the mistakes. And I thought we had a great series against them last year, and I think that's something that still sticks with us. Like, we obviously have a sour taste in our mouth about it, but it was a good learning lesson for a lot of us. And they're a very good team, and they have a lot of those guys back, it looks like. So they're very competitive. They play hard. They have some nastiness to them that kind of brings you into the game, but very complete team. So I think for us, it's making sure we focus on our game and not like stray away from our game. And like that's what it always comes back to, is focusing on how we can play, regardless of who we're playing against, is playing our game.
Because of the way you play on the ice, because of the way you are off the ice, because of the person you are, I think the organization kind of feels like you're the one that should lead this team or will lead this team. So are you feeling extra pressure at all this year?
No, I think for me, it's just continuing to do what I do each day. And I think, like I said, there's stuff that changes all the time, but I think consistency is a huge part of being a pro. And from me to the coaches to any guy on the team. And so for me, it's just doing my business each day, and said whatever it calls for me today is what I'm going to do. And I think we have a great group, and it makes it easy to just kind of be myself and not have to take on any extra roles or take on anybody else's roles, because guys do their job and they really care. So it makes it easy being part of the leadership group here, and I really enjoy it. And we have a great group, so it makes it fun to come to the rink every day. So I'm very fortunate to be in this organization, and there's some amazing people, so it makes my job easy.
Well, we love seeing you in a Sabres jersey, but I'm sure glad you're back.
I had a lot of fun the other night, and it's such a fun atmosphere and a fun group. So yeah, no, I'm excited for tonight too, because it's going to be a competitive game. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Keep it rolling.
All right, thanks guys.